We spent 4 months together on this island, surfing, doing all the things that I visualized, and from that moment on, we haven't been apart since. We've been living together for 5 years now, and I'm just the happiest that I could be with him and being with someone who really resonates deeply with who I am, who is on a similar spiritual path as I am. In this episode, I'm going to talk about how to find love, how to manifest love, and I'm going to share with you specifically how I manifested love. I'm together with a very beautiful man who you probably have seen in my first or one of the few first podcast episodes that I recorded. His name is Migo, and we've been together for 5 years now, and it's a very different love than what I used to attract in my life. So I'm very excited to share with you the exact steps that I use in order to manifest the love of my life. So if that's something that you'd love to do, and if that's something that you'd love to learn more about, then stay around.
How does it feel to be alive, to be free? Are we truly in the here and now, or are we living a dream that we created? Close your eyes to see clearly. This is life on purpose.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of On Purpose by Lynn. For those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Lynn, and I share with you everything you need to know about personal development and spirituality so that you can create your best life, so that you can rise to your fullest potential. If that's something that you're interested in, then make sure to subscribe. So I manifested Migo around 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. I think we know each other already for 6 years now. And it was a very unexpected thing that came into my life. And I've done the aftermath. I've done I've researched the steps on how I manifested him into my life and how we all manifest anything in general. And so I've done the aftermath, and I'm super excited to share it with you because I'm pretty sure that this is really how it works. And if it wasn't how it works, then I wouldn't have love in my life right now. So I'm really confident that this technique works. Now, when I was manifesting love, I wasn't really aware of it. I wasn't conscious of it. So I want you to know that whether you're manifesting consciously or unconsciously, it doesn't really matter, because you are always utilizing the law of attraction. You are always utilizing the universal laws that are at work every single second of every single day and night, because we cannot help them but not to work for us. So the first thing that I did was actually asking. I asked the universe. There was a very strong desire of mine to find someone who loves me equally in the way as I loved him. So there was a very strong desire, and I remember that I had this desire very strongly for many months in a row. And I think this was me asking the universe for love. If you are looking for love, then asking is easy. The asking part is very easy. It is easy to ask the universe. It's easy to ask that you're looking for love. And the one thing that I didn't do that will make this even more powerful for you is asking in a way that you're already thanking the universe. You're already feeling it, and you're thanking the universe for bringing this person into your life, for feeling this love. Asking through gratitude, I believe, is one of the most beautiful, powerful ways how you can ask, and how the universe actually starts quickly responding to your request. So the second thing that I did was I started working on myself. And this was actually in the period where I was just moving out of depression. So I came from a period in my life where everything seemed to be very hard. I didn't see the point of being alive anymore. I didn't love myself. I hated myself, actually. And I remember that in this period where Migo actually showed up in my life, it was when I started to really work on myself. I started to explore the body-mind connection. I started to understand that it's not just, we can't just feel good through pushing our body to be healthy and fit. I also started to understand that our mind plays a very important role, and this is what I started to explore. So I started to treat myself in ways that was more loving, more kind to myself. I started to hold more space and compassion for myself. And this is the exact time when Migo showed up in my life. So I started working on myself. So I want to ask yourself, how do you feel about yourself? And I know that when you're looking for love, a lot of people talk about how you should love yourself first. And I know that this can be a point where some people get annoyed. They're like, what do you mean I need to love myself? I'm just looking for love. I'm not looking to love myself, and I already love myself. But I really want you to ask this. If we attract what we are, not what we want, doesn't it make sense that when we start to nurture ourselves, when we start to love and care for ourselves, when we start to have deep compassion for ourselves, that energy must show up as a result of that in our own lives? I think it does, and I know it does because that's what I did, and then it showed up in my life. So the third thing that happened was he showed up. Migo showed up. And I want you to know that I wasn't specifically looking at the time. I was in a different relationship at the time, but I wasn't in a great relationship at the time. So the things that I was looking in my own relationship didn't really work out. But then someone else showed up, which was Migo. And he came absolutely unexpected. It was a very ordinary day. I was working in the office and suddenly he walked in and it was just chemistry. And I was like, who are you? You're different. You know, I just loved his energy so much. And it was, anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. I just loved his energy so much, and I just knew instantly that he was very special and that I felt something the moment that I met Migo. So he showed up, and this is what happens within your life as well. When you start doing these things and you start asking but not really being attached, you're so immersed in the process of working on yourself, loving yourself, nurturing this energy in your life, then you will find that at a particular point in time, at the exact perfect divine timing, someone will show up for you. The fourth thing that I did was actually because Migo didn't live in Holland and I didn't live where he lived. I was also in a very different situation back then, so it wasn't a perfect time for us to be together. But I think that, the chemistry was there, and because of that, I kept thinking about him. And this is what I did because I knew that he was going to Bali. I was going to make this surf trip. This was at the time that I was already planning my travels. And so I knew that there was a possibility that we were going to meet up somewhere and maybe surf together. And so I couldn't help myself but to fantasize about that and to visualize this scenario. And so this is the fourth step. Whenever someone shows up in your life, visualize, focus on how beautiful it will be when you are together. And this is what I did for months at the time. It wasn't my intention, but it just happened. And what I know now is that I was a little bit obsessed, okay? I was a little bit obsessed. I was visualizing and seeing these scenarios in my lives. I was even seeing it in my dreams. And I could feel the excitement of this possibility of that happening. And so I was visualizing. I was focusing on the part that I wanted to manifest. And this is what I advise for you to do as well, is when you've met someone that you really, really like, focus on how beautiful it can be. Don't focus on how awful this could go wrong. Focus on what this actually could be without the attachment, without the without the kind of forcing it to happen. Just visualize and feel in your body what that could look like and what it could feel like. And then lastly, I took aligned action. I went after my dreams. I went after what my heart was pulling me towards to. And I also think that this is one key component. I did what my heart was telling me. My heart was my inner compass for taking action towards what I know I wanted to experience. And I started to travel. I started to move away from my normal circumstances. I kept in touch with Migo. And, after a while, I knew that we were going to be in the same place, and I just took aligned action. I took aligned action, and then we met up again in Bali, which wasn't the intention that I had for going there, but it happened. The universe orchestrated all these circumstances so that we would meet again, and we did. And from that moment on, we spent 4 months together on this island, surfing, doing all the things that I visualized, and from that moment on, we haven't been apart since. We have been apart for some days or maybe some weeks, but we've been together ever since, and we've been living together for 5 years now. And I'm just the happiest that I could be with him and being with someone who really resonates deeply with who I am, who is on a similar spiritual path as I am, who always loves and respects in a way that we're just very important to each other, and we love each other very much. And so this is what I really, really wish for you. If you're looking for that love in your life that is respectful, that's equal, that's loving, that's kind, that's exciting, that's adventurous, that's pushing each other to grow and help each other to grow and holding space for each other's journey in the spiritual world, that's what I really, really wish for you as well. Let me know if there were any aha moments. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from, because I'd love to get to know you. And if you have liked this video, then please like this video, click that like button, and share this video with anyone who you think could benefit from this message right now. Maybe a loved one, maybe a family member, maybe someone who you know who resonates with a message like this. And I also recently started a brand new podcast, which you can find in the link in the description below, or you can go directly to Apple Podcast or Spotify. It's called Returning Home with Liem. And check out my new Lightworker merchandise. It would really, really help me if you support my channel. And also I know that if you start wearing this merchandise, you will start spreading the message of love, positivity, and awakening with this world. And of course, if you're new here and haven't already subscribed to the channel, remember to do so, as you will be the first to watch all of my videos every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so that you can create your best life. Remember, we have such an exciting future to look forward to, even if it doesn't seem like it right now. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Bye for now.